Welcome back. Today we are continuing our road trip through Europe, and today we have so much planned because we are going to be going through 4 different countries.
This morning we are starting at a lake here in Austria. It's called Plancy Lake and it's absolutely beautiful. We got here just in time for the sunrise and the rays are hitting the mountains right behind us just perfectly. And then we're going to the NEUSCHWANSTEIN castle in Germany, which is like the main castle you think of when you think of Germany and castles. Then from there we're going to be grabbing lunch in Liechtenstein before continuing to Switzerland to hike 5 miles up a mountain to our stay tonight, which is a little mountain hut.
We've spent the last few days hiking around Austria and before that hiking around the Dolomites. This has been such an amazing little road trip through the Alps. We honestly don't want it to end and we wish we had more time because we literally want to do every hike, and 1, there's not time, and 2, we're really tired from hiking every day. So we're definitely hitting our limitations but trying to get in as much as possible while we have the car here in Europe. Yikes, so that failed and my shoes are full of water and it's cold out here.
What were you trying to do?
I was trying to stand on the stump, take a picture. Major epic fail. I thought the log was like down in the ground.
Poor wet feet. It's so cold. I'm just trying to warm up.
It's so cold out here. I can't feel my fingers, but it's so beautiful and the water is crystal clear. You can see right down to the bottom. We're trying to be quiet because there's a lot of people camping here, so we don't want to disturb them since it is so early.
A great stop at the lake, and now we're off to Germany to go see the Disney castle. So many countries all in one day. So after a very quick drive from the lake, we are now here by the castle. We've already seen it. We're getting ready to go on a walk. It was only a 30-minute drive, so really crazy how just 30 minutes later you can go from Austria to Germany.
So we're at NEUSCHWANSTEIN Castle. This is the castle that is believed inspired the Cinderella castle for Walt Disney. Walt Disney did visit this castle while him and his wife were here on a trip in Europe. We're currently walking uphill to a viewpoint. You can buy tickets to go inside. They're about $15 each. However, we read online that a lot of the rooms right now are under renovation, and instead what they do is show you a 10-minute video of what the rooms do look like. And we decided we didn't really want to pay money for that. We did have to pay $10 for parking in kind of the little town center. Also, tickets sell out online like a week in advance. However, they have a few tickets left at the office supposedly that you could buy. This castle was built in the late 1800s by King Ludwig II. He unfortunately never lived to actually see it be finished. However, it was believed that he was trying to recreate his childhood home even bigger and better. But we're just gonna hike to the overlook and get a better view of the castle. So we made it to the viewpoint. It's a nice bridge that gives you an incredible view of the castle right here. It looks absolutely stunning this morning in the early morning light, and this is the perfect fairy tale castle. I'm so happy we got to stop by this on our way to Liechtenstein this morning.
So we are currently walking over to try and get to the front of the castle. We saw some people in like a courtyard area. The castle doesn't actually open to tourists until 9 a.m. So we're wondering if maybe you can get up to like the front door without our tickets and just kind of like look at all that. Now the castle is actually very fortunate. It didn't like take any damage during World War II because King Ludwig II II just kind of built it for his own personal pleasure. It wasn't built in like a strategic position here in Germany. And so because of that, it had no strategic importance during World War II. And so really the only reason it was used is to store art that was stolen from France by the Axis during World War II. So that's really the only purpose it had, or the only time it was used during World War II, was just to store the stolen art from France. So we made it to the front of the castle. Unfortunately, they don't even let you get into that courtyard area I was seeing, so they must have already had tickets and just gotten it early. So you can still come see the front of it, but you can't actually get into the courtyard. So now we're just gonna continue on our walk around the castle.
And we have spotted an exotic creature in the tree.
Just call me Robin Hood.
Thought to be once extinct, the rare creature is probably going to rip his clothes, which he does not have a lot of.
Oh.
So from the castle, we walked down the little hiking path into the town that's next to it, where we got some little coffees to help fuel us for the rest of the day, since getting up for sunrise, which is at 5:30, is way too early in my opinion. We're gonna enjoy these quick before we hit the road again for our third country of the day, which is Liechtenstein. We've already been to Austria, already been to Germany, 2 more countries left to go. We have now made it to our 30th country for our trip, which is truly just mind-blowing to us that we've been to so many places. We are now in Liechtenstein, which is the 6th smallest country in the world and the 4th smallest country in Europe. This is such a cute little country. There's flowers everywhere, gardens. It is truly such a beautiful place.
We just stopped by here to grab some lunch. We tried to find like an authentic place to grab some lunch. However, the food here is just kind of like a mix of everything here in Central Europe, whether it be German or Swiss food. But we did get some good food. I got some pork and spätzle. It's just like an egg noodle dish that's very common here. Most people credit it to the Germans, but is really just like a Central Europe dish. And it was some really good food.
I had an asparagus risotto. It was really yummy. And now we're just gonna continue on our way as we drive to Switzerland to start our hike there for the night. So we have officially made it to our 31st country and 4th country for the day, which is Switzerland. It's absolutely stunning here. We're in the Appenzell region. We're back up into the mountains, and tonight we are hiking up to the Auscher House, where we're going to be spending the night. It's a very famous restaurant slash guest house that's built into the side of a cliff, and there is a gondola that takes you up to it. However, we thought that sounded too easy, so we're doing the 5-mile hike up that goes past an alpine lake. Then we're gonna spend the night there and come back down tomorrow. We're only taking with us what we could fit in our 2 backpacks, just what we need for this evening. So yeah, perfect way to spend the day here on our road trip.
So we're just on our little hike. We kind of like hiked up a really steep part, and now we're just walking through an alpine meadow. And now we are just completely surrounded by cows. You can hear all their bells just all around us right now. It's almost a little annoying. It's like takes away some of the peace of the meadow. It's still cool to see all the cows though.
So I think the craziest thing is you're not just walking past cows, you're walking past alpine farms basically. So we've seen rabbits and goats and all kinds of animals just living up here, along with the farmers up here in these alpine farms, which is so adorable and such a different style of life to see. Really cool. So right next to us right now is the Alps Lake, a beautiful alpine lake about halfway up the hike. I think a lot of people just hike to this lake. Be a nice out and back trail. We want to get up to the hut before it's too late and we miss the restaurant hours. So we're gonna bypass it right now, although we might swim in it on our way down.
So right now, over in like a lodge, we can hear someone practicing the accordion. Kind of love it, really like a throwback.
We have now reached the tough uphill elevation and a sign that said Alpine danger.
Apparently this next part isn't just gonna be a walk in the park. I think it's going to be a lot of very, very fast elevation, which is very, very tiring.
So here we go, thinking about the bratwursts at the top.
True. Maybe halfway. Maybe. It's the climb. It's quite the climb.
So we have finally made it to the top. We are absolutely exhausted, but right there behind us is the iconic little restaurant lodge, literally built on the tiniest sliver of space between this cliff and this gorge. This is the view. It's seriously unreal and totally worth the hike. There's also goats up here. Like, there's a whole little farm just on the ledge of a cliffside. It's crazy.
We got our key. We're gonna go find our cabin and get all checked in for the night.
If you want a tour of this place and our full experience, stay tuned because that's gonna be our next video, the whole experience up here. So thank you so much for watching our 4 countries in one day. It's been a crazy day, but with how close all the countries are, it's totally doable. And yeah, we're gonna go get some rest and we'll see you in the next one.